Welcome back to the sixth episode.
Yeah, six.
Six?
We're on six now.
Sixth episode of Some Pulp Podcast. I am one of your hosts, Joe Lauria.
And I'm your other host, Josh Jones. And today we have another special guest.
Hi, I'm Cata. I'm usually behind the computer doing graphics for Autonomous.
And now you're abandoning us.
I am.
Sorry, I'm going to call you out on the podcast. There's no hold bars here.
Okay, I can be a mentor, a design mentor.
There you
whoever
go.
You guys
Okay.
take
That works out for me. That's fine.
Do we have a say in those elections?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
We have all the
Me
say.
personally has a say.
Yeah, you have a say. Why wouldn't you have a say? You're on the e-board.
That's true. Well, I don't make any films. That's why I'm always just like...
Me
why?
either.
Oh,
That's
I mean,
true.
I haven't made a film for Autonomous this semester.
Oh, really? When was the last time you made a film for Autonomous?
Last year, like during the fall.
Oh, wow.
It's been a while.
And I think that was I've only been on one Autonomous set. Like,
Yeah, me too.
like,
Wait,
like
which
actually, it was 1 a.m. Crossroads.
Oh my god, I remember it was like raining outside.
Was it raining? Oh yeah, it
Remember
was
that?
raining.
That was
Oh, that
horrible.
was not fun. We had like 10 different like umbrellas. We had an umbrella on a C
We
stand.
did.
It
It was chaotic.
was so awful.
That sounds really bad.
No,
Which
it
one were you in?
wasn't great.
I was on Dine and Dash.
Oh, I like that diner. I like
It was
that
a
place.
I
very-
wasn't there for that
It
one.
was a very nice diner. It was a pretty quick shoot. We got it done in 5 hours because it was just one camera angle back and forth.
Yeah.
Wait, it was only 5 hours?
Mm-hmm.
I don't
not
think
bad
it's
at
ever
all.
been released though.
No, it
Maybe
hasn't.
has.
Dine and Dash.
No, I don't think
I
it's,
don't think it's been
released
edited.
yet.
Still?
We should
Yeah.
Wow.
don't call us out. Don't call.
No,
out
I know there was
Autonomous
an
on the
editor though.
podcast.
I'm calling out the editor of the podcast.
No.
Of the
There's
short film.
apparently a lot of like just issues like along the way.
with Dine and Dash.
Yeah, I mean of like the editing process.
What were
Yeah.
the issues?
I don't really remember.
I have no idea. You're talking to the wrong people.
True.
You know,
True.
I'm like so tuned out and like the filmmaking
Yeah, no,
aspect of it. I'm like,
I
oh,
just
yeah.
remember the director lost his phone. That was the big thing. He lost his phone.
Really?
Yeah, it was the whole thing.
I remember he made everyone sign like this teacup,
a teacup.
a coffee mug.
Yes.
That we used. Do you remember that?
Yes, I do remember that. He was a guy.
Yeah, he was sweet.
Very nice guy.
Good.
Yeah.
I don't think he's here though. I think he transferred.
Oh.
So you're telling me that you can now talk as much trash about him as you
I have
want
not
to.
said 1 inch of trash
No,
about him.
I was so concerned when this conversation started about the director. I was like, I really
Where's
hope
this
you guys
going?
know that we're posting this online
No.
and that everyone
mean-
can see it.
He was a great guy.
He was.
No, that was a very positive conversation that you guys had
Yeah.
about him. There was no shade at all. I just was scared
Where's
that there
your
was going to be
mindset
shade.
at, Josh?
I'm just
You're ready to talk shit. You're like, where can I
You
jump?
could
in?
let it out on the podcast.
Honestly,
use
guys-
your platform.
guys-
use your
guys-
platform.
I have so
We're
much I
good.
could say about so many different things.
Oh my god.
What's on your mind? Give me your
What's on
number
my
one
mind?
problem right now.
My number one problem, honestly, wait, is it wrong to talk bad about Newhouse? on
No,
the
talk about
podcast?
it.
I do it all the time.
Newhouse really frustrates me.
What about Newhouse? Because
I think
right now
well,
I'm kind of in.
well,
the throw, too.
first off, there's like a lot of amazing things at Newhouse. Like this studio, we wouldn't
Awesome.
have
True.
without Newhouse, right? Like we have like some like that camera right there that we're
Newhouse.
using for you video watchers.
The
That's all Newhouse right
that
there.
tripod.
The
Newhouse.
microphone.
Yeah, exactly. I can't afford that. I can't bring that in. You
No,
know what I
neither
mean?
could I.
yeah. I don't think anyone can.
But I just wish there was more opportunities for me to like make things in class. Like all the VPA film kids, they're like, "Oh, I'm doing my like sophomore film." I'm like, "Your sophomore film? What?" I was making
Yeah.
like 3-minute like video production shorts.
Yeah, no, I
The
did
only-
that too.
The only hands-on class I've ever had was portfolio class, like for
Isn't
advertising.
that your senior year? You take that?
You take 3 classes if
Uh-huh.
you go into the creative routes, like 1 each semester. But you go from not doing anything, like not producing anything, to having to do like 3-4 campaigns per semester. They do not prep you at
I
all.
don't
That-
like that.
That's the
not
other
fun.
thing too. Like I feel like
Yeah.
I've been like thrown into the deep end. It's like I'm not taught anything. I'm like treated like I'm a child basically
Mm-hmm.
at the very beginning.
And then you're just an adult.
And it's like, guys, like
professional.
start color grading all your stuff, and like you don't know how to do ADR. Like what are you doing? And I was like, I was never told. No one told me.
See, I'm only a sophomore, so I'm a little bit behind the curve.
You're a sophomore?
Yeah, well, how old do you think I was?
I thought you were a junior also.
no, I'm a sophomore.
He's a baby boy.
I feel like so old right now.
My
mean, you're
big
ancient.
problem
You're
is
like the
I just
grandma of the
feel
group.
that the culture at Newhouse, at least with the younger kids, is it's very hostile.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is. It's very competitive.
It's very competitive, and I'm in a TRF 205 class, and I'm not in that route of Newhouse. I'm kind of leaning towards being a producer route or
Yeah.
being
Mhm.
a screenwriter route. So in that class, I already feel inherently dumb already. And just the way these kids talk to each other and about their own projects is just so pretentious. Because you show your project, and then the teacher starts critiquing you, and then all the students start critiquing you. And you could do something amazing, and there's always this one kid who finds something to rip on the entire time, and it is so annoying.
Well, it's just I feel like in Newhouse they don't really teach kids how to do constructive criticism.
No,
people just like when they're like, okay, criticism time, instead of like doing something that the person can build off of.
No,
they're like, it is bad. What is bad about it? I don't. It's just a vibe.
I just don't like this.
Yeah, it's like
I just, that's one of my problems. And group work should be something that's really, emphasized, especially in what we're all going into. We all are going to have to work in teams, but at least with the team I was in, I had a kid on the football team who was the laughing stock of the class because he had no idea how to do anything, like fully. And the teacher would even make fun of him. The professor would be like, "Hey, what'd you get for that?" And he'd be like, "Huh?"
Oh my God.
And everyone would just like laugh. And then this other kid who, genius, he's so good with the camera, but he just completely micromanaged the entire project, and I did nothing, and I learned nothing in the class. Now, he's going off to intern at NFL Films this next semester as a sophomore.
Woo! All right.
Oh my God.
In the spring, too. I was like, dude.
That's impressive.
Yeah. It is impressive. I'll give him that, but that class just really...
Yeah. That's 205 you said, right?
Yeah, 205.
I feel like, so the thing about Newhouse is it gets a lot easier as you get further down.
Really?
And, like, you start specifying, like, what classes you're doing. Because, like all the TRF kids are doing 205.
Yeah.
Right now. Like, regardless of if they want to, like, do, like, cinematography, or if they want to edit, or if they want to be on the production, like,
because I ended up in the class of every kid who wants to direct.
Yeah, and so, like, the bag of people you're going to get like that is, like...
That's, like, the biggest egos, too.
Oh, yeah.
The people who want to direct.
Whereas, like, when you start doing, like, a class that, like, you're, like, more specifically interested in, then, like, you might even, like, be able to, like, helm your own project and, like, start, like, introducing, like, people outside of your class to come help you, like, what I do with my project, and whatnot. And at that point, it gets, like, much easier to, like, deal with other people's egos because you don't have to deal with them.
That's fair.
That sounds good.
That is fair.
Anyway, the Some Pulp Podcast is an association with Autonomous Productions. Autonomous Productions is Syracuse University's premier and only film production company. We bring in a lot of students to make some cool films.
Yeah. Ran by students for students.
Exactly.
Boom.
Exactly. Mic drop right there. Actually, but not these mics. These mics are probably like pretty expensive, and I can't afford dropping these mics.
Everything's so expensive.
Everything is really speaking about my issues with Newhouse. Every time I get my receipt from the cage being where we get all of our equipment from, I freak out. That stuff is so expensive.
Like, imagine if you broke a camera.
I can't.
I would cry. I would literally cry. I'd be like,
I
well,
had
that's
an incident in my TRF 205 class where we had the camera on the tripod and it tipped.
Oh my
Got
God.
blown in the wind.
Did it tip and fall?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And
Yikes.
my face as it dropped and just watched it fall was one of terror.
I think you just incriminated. The kid's gonna like send you an email tonight, be like,
it didn't break, but we were talking about. Sorry to keep bringing up the cage, but we have been talking about in class today how the cage has been giving out broken equipment and just writing, "This is broken." And
really?
Yeah. And today was my last day of class for this 205 class. Sorry to keep bringing this up. But
this 205 class brought you trauma.
Oh, it brought me a lot of trauma. But all these kids are talking all this smack about the cage. They're like, yeah, they gave me broken equipment and they didn't care. They gave me the wrong stuff and they didn't care. They never did anything to give me the right stuff. And then a kid who worked in the cage was in my class and goes, as someone who works in the cage,
that's awkward.
We get over 120 reservations we have to go through in a 4-hour period in our defense.
Yeah.
And it was just so awkward because the kid was in defending the cage. And I was like, oh, I kind of feel bad for all the hate the cage gets.
Nah.
Yeah.
I always think about this when, like, we have, like, issues with the school and it's just, like, students are, like, running that place or, like, working there. And I was like, if somebody came to me and it was like, my camera's broken and I worked in the cage, I'd have been like, I do not know how to help you.
I would probably say the
and
same
that's why
thing.
you wouldn't get hired by the cage, Cata.
I know
Really?
I don't think
probably
the cage
now
wants you.
3 people to 4 that work at the cage. And
like
That's a high pressure job.
yeah,
I know a good amount of people who work in the cage, I think.
I know people
Maybe
who
like
work in
5.
the VPA cage.
Oh, see, I don't know. I mean, I probably do know people who work at the VPA
Yeah.
cage. I just don't know that they work at the VPA
what does the
cage.
VPA cage look like?
It's like better than the Newhouse cage.
Someone said that today in my class. She's in DK. I don't know her name.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know her name. Short, orange hair,
Allison?
Orange hair.
Allison.
glasses.
Oh.
Oh, Jay.
Jay,
Jay does not have orange hair.
Jay most certainly has orange hair.
really short,
Yeah.
deep voice.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's Jay.
Jay, yeah, she's in my class, and she was like, "Why are we not allowed to have access to the VPA cage?"
The
because
VPA
it's
cage
better?"
is way
Yeah.
better.
Now, why is that the case?
I don't
Why
know.
is it the case?
Why is it better? I'm just curious.
Oh, I think they have like better equipment, also like more
Oh.
expensive equipment for
Yeah.
like the like arts videos type things,
That
you know,
makes
like the
sense,
high end
yeah.
cameras. I think the only reason that why the VPA cage doesn't like share its stuff with the Newhouse cage is like their big final like fuck you to Newhouse.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's
because
like
we
it's like no.
have so much more funding than they do. Because we're all Newhouse kids here, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm a
Yeah.
former VPA kid.
You are a former VP.
Wait,
Yeah.
what were you
Switch.
used to?
I used to do art photography my freshman year, and then I transferred into Newhouse. I
think
got
knew
to see
that.
both worlds.
You're one of like 8 kids a semester.
Yeah, I had a 4.0 GPA to transfer.
How many
Woo.
kids transferred in with you, would you say?
I think it was, I don't know, something around like 8 or
Yeah.
12 or something.
I knew 4 of the kids who transferred in this semester. They just all happened to be my friends.
Really?
Oh, really?
Yeah. And all 4 of them that I know transferred into our advertising.
Yeah.
And they're all sophomores.
Wait, that's so interesting.
Yeah, I transferred sophomore year into advertising.
Continuing on transferring, I mean, did you hear the acceptance rate went up to almost 70% here?
Did it? I did not know that.
Yeah, it used to be like 40 something.
44%, and
Which
now
is
we're at
already pretty high.
69%.
Yeah, which is I love that
So we
number.
went from a top 50. We were like right below top 50. I think we're 55, 56 range,
Yeah.
maybe 60. Now we're creeping up the top 100 with a 69% acceptance rate.
Wait, what caused it to go up? Like, is it just like our?
I
standards
hope that it
changing?
was COVID
uh,
and that with the worry that a lot of international students weren't going to come back last year, they admitted more kids.
That is fair. That's true.
And I
Gotcha,
hope
that
that it
makes
will now
sense.
go down. But I've noticed, at least with people in my class, not to slander, the level of
I know what you're going to say.
talent
I know
in
what
my
you're
class does not seem to be up to par with the Newhouse standard, you know?
There's
Yeah.
been so much shade thrown.
Like,
today, we're just so
Imagine
hostile.
being at the same school that all these great broadcasting greats went to, like Dick Clark and Bob Costas and Mike Tirico, and the list
Yeah.
goes on.
I
and
love that
then
I have
This-
no idea who any of these people are.
these
I'm like,
kids
yeah.
will
Yes.
complain about having to do projects, like just having to
Yeah.
actually do work.
The thing that
Uh-oh.
gotta be careful,
Sorry.
Nothing
Cata.
happened. Nothing happened. Nothing happened.
No, the thing that like I think about this all the time. Like in a college, like everyone was accepted. Like everyone's like like based off
Uh-huh.
of your grades, based off of your whatever. Like everyone was like, yes, you deserve to be here
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
at Syracuse University.
Mhm.
I don't know. It just kind of. I guess it didn't really make a conclusive point at all.
I just,
But like
okay.
I just feel like it makes a statement about like or I guess people assume that it makes a statement about your intelligence,
Uh-huh.
and then like you go around and you talk to different people,
and you're like, whoa.
and like in like you just see like people like on all like parts of the spectrum. You know, some people who like
Oh,
seem to,
exactly.
like struggle to get some content. Some people who are like way like further advanced than you. You're like,
And then you have the
That is
people
true.
who are
we
in
all
the
end
middle.
up in we all end up in the same spot.
Yeah, I
But-
don't really know what they are looking for when they
No.
accept people. Like I had
the
genuinely have
slightest.
no idea.
And I also just thought about the fact that we have to think that of all the great alum we hear about, think of all the other kids that were here when they were here that were just, regular.
people.
And that's what a
Yeah.
lot of these kids are going to be to us when we're all big and successful like we
Oh.
will be.
I love the optimism.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was some hot takes, which brings us into
Hot
our
takes
That's-
at Newhouse.
hot
main
takes.
topic of today's discussion. Since we are a film podcast, we are discussing hot takes on the film industry.
Yeah,
Wait, can I say one last hot take on New House? One
Yeah,
last.
go for it.
Go
Why
ahead.
the fuck does food.com close at 3 p.m.? Done.
Facts.
Oh, that makes me so
Yeah.
upset.
If I could have that for
So
dinner,
mad.
Oh my lord!
I would make my day.
I
Yeah.
like my class ends at like 3:20.
yeah.
My
and
class ends
I-
at 3:22.
And you know, like I stay there a little bit longer to like finish editing, finish doing some work, and I'm like, oh, I'm so hungry. I can go for a veggie burger right now or a smoothie. I get so excited, and like the freaking cage
it's
is just
down.
like closed.
I know.
Why?
It's very
Why do they
upsetting.
close it so early?
I don't know. It started,
it
I remember,
always used
because
to
of
be
no.
early?
It used to close at like 5 or something.
Did it actually? But even 5 is like a weird time.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
because
it's
that's
like
right
9 to
before
5. No, kind of like.
9 to 5. Yeah.
Oh,
Also, I have no idea if it used to close. I just made up that fact, but I think it did.
Oh,
thanks, guys.
I've only
That's a
been
lot
here for a year now, so.
That's crazy.
Oh yeah,
Scares.
and you've been here for like weird years too.
Oh, like you were a COVID freshman.
I was a
Yeah.
COVID freshman.
You're
Yeah,
COVID
so,
freshie.
Yeah. This
How
was
was
my
your
first.
How was your
real-
social life impacted? Do you have friends?
Um,
Do you have friends? Who
I
could be your friends.
I thankfully lucked out because I made this group chat before I came to school with all these kids.
Was it the Snapchat ones?
It was one of the Snapchat ones.
Nice.
Yeah, and we all
You actually used
happened-
it?
We actually used it, made into a text chat, started FaceTiming, and then by the grace of God, we all ended up in Flint together.
Oh, that's really
Wait,
nice.
So we all
really?
lived together, and we all just became even better friends. So I had a really close-knit group of friends freshman year. This year it's been a little different because we all are not in the same dorm,
Yeah.
but
Oh.
So it happens.
yeah, I have friends, I'd say. It's definitely, now I'm meeting more kids within my major, though. Last year, I knew nobody in Newhouse,
Mhm.
and that's what this year's been about, meeting kids within my major, within what I
Like
want to
same
do.
interests and
Yeah,
everything.
for sure.
All my friends have no interest in what I want to do. I was the only one of them in Newhouse. Not a knock at them, but they're all killing it in the business school while I'm
Oh.
Yeah.
killing
Oh,
it
got you.
in Newhouse, and they don't get it. So it's been nice meeting people who actually have an interest
Yeah.
this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, just to, I mean, not to give a plug, but like DK is wonderful for that.
I'm gonna plug
DK?
too.
If
New fraternity on campus, Zeta Phi Eta, just took our beta class.
Zeta
Wow.
Phi Eta took
Zeta
a beta
Phi
class.
Eta took the beta
That
class.
sounds like a
Yes.
false headline.
No, Zeta Phi Eta, the professional communications fraternity, the
Wait.
Delta chapter. Yes,
There's a professional
it
communications.
just
fraternity?
started.
Started.
Yes, I'm a part of the beta class actually.
are?
Yeah,
Mm.
got my letters and everything.
Are you
Oh,
beta
nice.
than the rest?
I am
Oh
beta than the
my
rest.
God.
Yeah, we're taking a big PC in the spring, so if you are interested, let me know. And of course, you can join TKA. I've a lot of kids.
As a side gig.
Yeah.
know people in DK who are in Zeta Phi Eta, like a lot of them.
A lot of people in DK know people in Zeta Phi Eta. Is that what you said?
It's
Sorry,
a lot
there
of
are a lot of-
interchangeable people.
Okay, got you.
Oh,
There
like
were
a
people-
crossover.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
they're not in both, but they know people in DKA and vice versa. Like
got you. No, I got you.
Yeah.
Sorry, someone just said you just said crossover, and so
Yeah.
that let me think about movies.
I mean,
again.
technically,
Oh, we need to get
'Cause-
into this podcast.
yeah, we need to get into this. But technically, you can rush both. I think there's no rule. You can
No,
rush.
you
as
Yeah,
much
you can
as
rush
you
both.
Rush both.
You just
Yeah.
can't do. Wait, you can't pledge two at the same time, though, right? Is that how that works, or can
professional,
you-
I think it's
I have no
socially
idea.
you can. You
Oh,
can't do a
social you
social
can't?
and a professional at the same time.
Oh, okay.
I think that could be
As in you can't be pledging for a social and a
professional. at the
professional,
same
but you
time.
can. But
Do
you can.
two professionals.
I think you
or
can do two professional at the same time.
Got you.
Yeah.
If not, just prioritize DK.
Yeah, probably. Now back to the hot takes.
Yes.
Who wants to say their first hot take?
Okay. I mean, I can start if you want us to start.
Yeah.
My hot take. This is a pretty tame one to begin
Let's
with.
hear it.
Okay.
Oh yeah, and just to clarify, these hot takes are not just about like, oh, I like this movie.
No,
and
these
what
are
people think they're bad.
industry.
This is like all like covering film. So like most of mine are just like film like trends, tropes, whatnot.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so my first one is bathroom humor in movies.
What is that?
Like potty humor,
What
like
is that?
like poop
Like
jokes,
any-
pee
Oh.
jokes.
Think
burp
of any
jokes.
Oh,
Seth
back in-
Rogen, Jonah Hill movie in the world. The humor in those movies.
I hate all of them. I can't get into it.
I agree. It's kind of like the same way that I kind of never got into The Office, if that makes sense.
Yeah. See,
No,
I
I'm
The
sorry. I
Office-
think those are two
Because
different.
The Office is trash.
I don't think The Office is trash. That's a hot take to make, and here's my opinion. The Office is not trash. There are a lot of episodes of The Office that are amazing one-off, but I do take it as a red flag if The Office is your favorite show.
That is true.
It's a red flag.
Yes.
Is The Office
It's a
your favorite
major
show?
red
What is
flag.
it? No, I don't like The Office.
Okay,
If
good.
if The Office
what is
is
it?
your favorite show, that means you are the most bland person because that is just the most basic show. It's a show about an office that sells paper. It's a great show. There are some good episodes, but if that is your favorite show,
If that's your favorite show, it's just concerning. Like, how much like television have you like watched?
you have not been exposed to enough that could be your favorite show.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I have to say, as I've grown older, I don't enjoy the bathroom humor as much. But a lot of those movies that you discuss are some of my favorite movies. So it's a little like Superbad is my favorite.
Joe,
movie.
in the nicest way possible, you strike me as a bathroom humor kind of person.
Dang.
No,
That
wait, no, that was
hurts.
supposed to be an insult. No,
stings.
that was supposed to be an insult. No, I know a lot of people like good friends of mine who are like, oh, I love fart jokes. Like fart jokes.
Oh no, I don't
never
like
get
fart
tired
jokes.
to
I think
them.
farting's disgusting
But,
and burping. But
You think fart?
I like no, it grosses me out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is all of it in general?
Yeah, I think farting's pretty
Wait,
gross.
so is there a level of bathroom humor? Not to talk about.
So bathroom
I
humor-
didn't not even this to be as long of a conversation as
Like
it
I'm
was.
trying to think of a movie where there's bathroom humor.
Shrek.
I don't remember the bathroom.
Oh,
Shrek.
actually, okay.
But
So
that was kind of funny.
the one
I
in,
love Shrek.
the one in Shrek where they like fart in like the hot tub
Yeah.
together. That's
Oh, like,
kind of
that's
kind of
funny.
cute.
That's
That
fine.
one's kind of cute.
And
But,
he always
like-
goes like better out than in.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
I
I don't
don't know.
I don't like seeing people like throw up in movies. I hate seeing that. Like
that could be funny sometimes.
no, like Pitch Perfect's one of my favorite movies.
Oh my god, no! This is the first scene I know. What you're
And
talking
the
about.
two throw up scenes in that movie like just like freak me out. Like I don't know what it is. I have
I've
to like
never
I like
seen
clench.
Pitch
You've never
Perfect.
You've never seen Pitch
really?
No.
I love.
I've
Pitch
seen
Perfect.
the one
It's
riff
very good.
off,
Oh.
the
That's
OG
good.
riff off. I've never seen.
Wait, how many
before.
times have I asked you if riff-offs are real in the acapella world?
I don't think you've ever asked me.
I asked Ryan. I was like, "There's
Oh,
one of
really?
the. It's one of the, like.
Are
It's one of
riff-offs
the
real?
acapella.
no, rip-offs are not real.
Isn't that so upsetting?
Rip-offs would be
I mean-
impossible to do.
That's what Ryan says, and it's
um,
like that's just because you guys, need to practice some more and then get into the riff.
Can you?
riff-offs.
Okay. Well, I will say that in FYP, first year players, that's the musical organization on campus. There's your contacts.
We don't need to plug them.
No, we don't need to
We're
plug them.
plugging
No,
so
no.
many
I mean,
things today.
not because we don't need to plug them, but just for not plugging them. But like on our first day, like as part of the organization,
Yeah.
they had us do like a little riff off thing.
Really?
Yeah, it wasn't as like because like the rules of the riff off are like the last word that the other group says you have to match.
Yeah.
Oh, that's how
We didn't have to
works?
do we didn't have to do that. It was just like in the category.
Oh, so okay.
And so like that's possible, but it's like impossible to like hear what song someone's singing, be like, okay, like they're gonna say love in 5 measures. Now we have to like find a song that matches the theme and also starts with love.
I don't know. Test me.
It's a lot.
Give me a theme.
Give
a
you
theme.
give you a theme.
Yeah, and start singing a song. I'm gonna
Film.
catch you.
Film.
Film. There's no songs about film. Is there?
No, probably
Yeah, there
not.
is. Actually, Thomas is writing a
A song about
a
film?
song not about film, but I don't want to spoil it for him.
Oh, okay.
But
The soundtrack.
I'm
Okay.
trying to give me a different topic.
Winter.
Winter.
Christmas.
Christmas.
Yeah.
But this is so easy because I was gonna like say like Santa Baby or something. You're just gonna find. You know what? It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere you
It's
go.
harder than I thought.
Take a look at the 5 and 10 glistening once again.
When do you give the
With-
cue
At any point, you can sing whenever you want to,
with a different song?
Yeah,
but it has to
match
have
the
the
word.
has the same word.
Okay, continue.
I'm not gonna sing on the podcast for like
All right.
2 minutes waiting for you to think of think of the word.
It's harder than I thought it was gonna be. I was
All right,
like,
thank
Christmas,
you.
Christmas.
All right, someone
Jingle
else.
bells.
Give me.
Oh,
you have a
give me
hot take.
I have a hot take.
Yeah, let's hear
Okay,
it.
what is it?
Hate watches. Okay.
You
it's
are
not
a hate
hot,
watcher?
I am a hate watcher.
Oh, you
People, my hot take is people. I don't even know if it's a hot take. People who are like I don't like Riverdale, or like I don't like, and it's like, oh, my favorite movie is this like 1920 movie,
Yeah.
or whatever. It's like you are only a real film watcher if you enjoy hate watching. That's my hot take.
If you enjoy
hate watching, yeah, it's like watching shitty movies. It's a fact. It's a fact. If you do not know how to differentiate watching a hate watching and just like
I can guilty pleasure watch something.
Yeah.
I can't hate watch something.
Cat in the Hat.
You know what I mean?
That's such a creepy movie.
It's a guilty pleasure of mine.
Did we get into a long Cat in the Hat discussion
Yeah, we did.
a couple episodes ago?
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
With Claudia, I think.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's starting to hit me again.
Yeah.
I've never seen Cat in the Hat. I don't.
You've
see that.
never seen?
No.
It's a great
It's a
movie.
crazy movie.
It
It's
seems
so weird.
really weird and trippy.
It's weird, but everyone should watch it.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of a movie.
I mean,
that
if you
hate
just put it in front of
watch.
me, I'd watch it.
Who's the
Mike
actor
Myers. He's Shrek. The guy who
Really?
played Shrek.
Oh, I should know who that is.
Mike Myers.
You're right, Mike Myers.
He's Austin Powers.
Yes,
no?
he's Austin Powers.
I've never seen that movie either.
Jesus,
What?
Josh.
Yeah, I don't watch movies, guys.
Wow.
Okay,
Okay, so I kind of get where you're coming from, that you have to enjoy hate watching in the sense that if you watch a movie that's bad, as a filmmaker, you need to be able to understand what's bad and what's good. So
And
you
no,
have
also,
to hate watch.
Like, you also need to understand that some movies are made to entertain, not to be
Uh-huh.
like
Yeah,
no, that
dissected
makes-
and
no,
like
no, yeah.
analyzed.
That makes a lot of sense
Most
to me.
blockbuster movies are like that, I feel like.
Yeah, but there are a lot of people out there who are like, oh, like whatever like, the mainstream blockbuster film is, it's not good because it doesn't touch on these like core like universal truths about the human experience or something like that.
Yeah, and
Well-
it's like it's not meant to be.
You know what I
They're
mean?
just
Yeah,
trying to
people
make
good.
money off of it. People have
Yeah.
to remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My first hot take. I am a fan of handheld point of view films such as Creep, Paranormal Activity, The Blair Witch Project, all of those found footage films. I find them very enjoyable.
I've never watched any single one.
Neither
of
have
those.
I.
Are those all horror movies?
Yes.
That's
Do people not like those kind of movies?
Yeah, people think they're very cheesy.
No,
Uh,
isn't-
In the horror world,
have
they're
you
very
watched-
not liked.
Have you watched Enter the Void or Into the Void?
No, I
Never
don't
heard
think
of
so.
that.
Really? Oh my god, it's an amazing movie, and they have a sequence. It's one of my favorite sequences, like in any movie that I've ever watched. That is handheld, and it's really good.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I definitely think so. I mean, I feel like the issue with that is that like it's very much a trope or like
Yeah.
like a handheld movie, and so after a little bit, it loses its appeal. You know what I mean? Like everyone was making like zombie movies in
Is that, like-
2012,
Yeah.
so everyone, but like we all got tired of it at some point. So now
Yeah,
no one
zombie-
wants them.
Genre of horror has just completely fallen off. I just thought about that right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's because it's been like ripped to shreds, and like people have like kind of like uncovered like most of the things that you can do with the genre.
That's true.
You know-
I love Zombieland.
Oh, Zombieland's
I've never seen
I love
Zombieland.
Zombieland.
It's a great movie.
Zombieland's a lot of fun.
I saw
That's a good one.
Adventureland. I don't know if there's any correlation
No,
between
I've never heard of
Zombieland
Adventureland.
and Adventure. I don't know.
I have some
Anyways, I'd
of
like
my
to hear
favorites.
your next hot take.
All right, let's open up my phone. Okay. Oh,
Let me
Okay.
try in peace for a second.
speaking. Yeah, go ahead. Take your time. Speaking of cinematography, I hate films with like weird, like gimmicky shots.
Give an example.
So I think of Breaking Bad because Breaking Bad does this a lot. No, I love Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad's excellent. Don't get me wrong. But like the one scene that I always think about is there's a scene where Jesse's digging something. I don't. Oh, he's digging in someone's lawn to like distract them.
Yeah.
Right. And they put the camera at the top of the shovel, and it like follows him as he goes down and as he like carries it over his shoulder, and it's just like very obvious that there's a camera.
So what kind of shots do you like?
What?
What kind of shots do you like?
I mean, are you okay?
Yeah, I like choked on something.
Oh no.
Do you like water or something?
Our first death on the podcast.
Oh my god.
Dude, our ratings would go through the roof.
Podcast
Could you
gone
imagine?
wrong. You should clickbait this episode.
Cata
Episode
dies
6. Death.
I like inhaled, and I inhaled something.
Oh no.
Probably air.
Just kidding. You know, it's like something in your throat. I think it's gone.
Yeah, I just don't. I mean, okay, it's easier for me to say what shots I don't like.
Okay,
I
so
don't like-
give me some shots you don't like.
I
right
don't
now.
like to know that the camera is there. I don't think that the
Oh, you
camera.
think it like
So
like, takes
breaking
you out
the
of
fourth
experience.
wall.
No, it's not even breaking the fork. What did you say?
It like takes you out of the experience.
yeah. Like whenever that like the camera's on the shovel, all I can think to myself is, oh, they put a camera on the shovel.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And there's other film that we watched, like in one of my classes, my screenwriting class last year, and everyone said, "Oh my gosh, I love this shot." There was a camera on like a door, and so as the door swung open, the camera moved with it, and then it came back, and you can see the next guy running through, and he pushed the door open, and you saw it, and it was just like the fact that I know that there's a camera there, and like I can't like avoid thinking about it, like just takes me out of the experience.
That's a very
I understand what you mean. That's the same thing for me when like
Cata, you need to get closer.
Oh fuck, sorry.
Good.
That's the same thing for me. Not with camera movements, but like when they like, it's like a silent scene and then they like add music right after.
Mm.
I don't know. I do not have an example, but I know it exists because it's thrown me off, and I've been like, I'm like, you have that moment watching the movie where it's like the suspension of disbelief.
Yeah.
You're like in it. Everything that's happening
Yeah.
is real. Like you're not watching TV, and then something happens that you're like,
Oh,
this
just
just
a movie.
snaps me out.
Yeah.
So I do understand what you mean with like the gimmicky shots. But I think that they're like interesting. I don't know.
I don't
It's
know.
like
I
just
kinda
watching
like them.
something
It's
stable
different.
the whole time.
I mean, like, I don't know. I think there are like definitely like other ways to have like really cool
So,
inventive shots.
Can I
like,
propose a question about that particular
Go ahead.
shot?
Yeah.
What if the camera had been placed into the hole where he's digging? Would you find that cheesy too?
Oh, I also hate those.
Like I
When you're
thought,
like burying someone.
Breaking Bad does that all the time too, where they like put like stuff on top of the camera.
that's what I
Yeah.
was saying. Yeah.
Because then at that point, like I'm also aware of like the weird like film thing, and like
Uh-huh.
and they do it. It's okay whenever it's like already like a see-through object. You know what I mean? Like if it's glass, I'm okay with that. But like in I think episode 2 of Breaking Bad, maybe it's in episode 2,
Uh-huh.
they're like putting stuff in the tub, and you can see like all the stuff that they put on the tub through like the whatever like the thing that they put on top of the camera, and it's like that's not what the tub looks like. That doesn't make any sense. Why would it do it like that?
I know what you mean.
And so like those kind of things freak me out, or not freak me out, but they annoy me. But like I also think there are really cool things that you can do with the camera. Like I was just watching VFX artists react to like Harry Potter stuff.
Never seen Harry Potter before.
What? Are you
Yep,
serious?
Never seen it.
Any of them?
Never. Probably like parts.
That's a red flag.
You know what?
That is a red flag.
I've always enjoyed the parts where he's a muggle. I hate when it gets all wizardy. And I know it's messed up because he's in a borderline abusive home, but I just really don't like.
Isn't that
That's
just like the 5 first minutes of the first movie?
I would fully read the books up until the parts where he would go to Hogwarts.
That's
and
like
then
the
I
first
stopped
chapter.
reading.
It's like 12 pages.
You also
In the first book, it was the first 8 pages, actually.
8 pages?
No,
No.
8 chapters.
Yeah.
Oh,
something
yeah,
like
that's
that.
a lot, actually.
it's not until like page like 80 or like 100 that he actually gets.
I read like
gets to
half the
Hogwarts.
books. I read the first chapter,
That-
figure out what he's up to, and then,
That's like saying I know you also don't like this series, but it's like saying like I watch Star Wars, but stop like right when he leaves Tatooine. Like I only like when
I
Luke is on the
used to
desert
like
planet.
Star Wars. I just haven't watched in a very long time.
Yeah.
That's a movie that I feel like if I had sat down today and watched again, I would love it. But I don't have the time to. Harry Potter, I
and
don't think
Star
I'd ever
Wars.
get.
No, I think
No,
you.
Harry
You're a
Potter's
wizard,
really
Harry.
No, it's so
No,
much
Harry
fun.
Potter's like really, really good.
Anyway,
what? Maybe I
anyway,
will one of
what
these
I was
days.
saying is there's this one shot where there's a mirror, right? It's for people. It's like the Bogart. I know how to spell. I can't say it. Anyway, it's like kept in this like case, and there's a mirror on the case, and so they do it 2 times. They push into the case, and the reflection morphs into
That's sick.
the shot that you're like actually watching. Does that make sense? Like it
Yeah.
goes into the mirror,
Yes.
essentially.
Mhm.
And I think that's really cool. Like I think that's like a smart way of using the camera, like to like in an impressive way.
Okay.
Where it doesn't like draw me out. But yeah.
Okay, yeah, no, that's fair.
That's a fair hot take. What is your next hot take?
My next, I have to. Okay. Musical episodes. in
Not a
TV
fan?
shows.
You don't like musical like at all?
No.
Like there's not even like one musical episode that,
I
that
like
you enjoy.
musicals, but musical episodes on TV shows just like randomly. I remember when Riverdale did like Hedwig, like an episode that it was like all the songs from Hedwig, and it made no sense.
I have no idea.
Don't they
what that
have
means.
like I don't know what Hedwig is, but don't they have like a musical episode like every couple seasons or so?
Yeah.
Because they did Heathers and Carrie. That's the
Yeah.
ones I know
And
about.
all of them now. Do you guys watch Dynasty?
Mm-mm.
No.
It goes into hate watching. It literally reminds me of every like novella I watched as a kid.
Mhm.
It's like the super dramatic, like
Wow.
he's your sister, but no, he's your brother, but he's also like
Your lover.
exactly. Like
Yeah.
it's all very it's all very like borderline incestuous in like novellas because it's like
With a little bit of music involved.
yeah, and they did a musical episode like now like
He's
the
your
episode-
brother.
Oh my God. And it's just like I don't know. There's something about musical episodes that I'm like, stop.
Do you
Yeah, I
like
agree.
musicals?
I love musicals.
What's your favorite musical?
I like Hedwig and the Angry Inch.
So is that maybe why you don't like that episode? Because it ruins your favorite musical?
Stop psychoanalyzing me.
Because I don't know if you guys ever watched Psych, but Psych has like a really like solid like musical special episode.
I don't think I've ever watched a show that. I mean, the only one I can think of is like South Park has musical episodes.
But South Park is like satire, so like the musical episode
are hilarious.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Honestly,
you guys are fans of South Park.
I've dabbled in South Park.
I've never watched South Park.
Amazing show.
It's fun.
It's a great show. You should watch.
I don't know. It just I don't know.
I can see how it could be.
Their little voices annoy me.
Yeah, in South Park.
Yeah.
It grows on you.
It's like hammer.
The first couple of seasons, I will agree, it's very poorly made. You know, they didn't have great technology.
Wait,
so
but
the
it's so
voices
funny
are
though.
Very annoying. But once you get to the later seasons, the quality gets up and the voices sound a lot better.
That's fair.
And the pandemic special is so funny.
Did you watch the new one?
I haven't seen the next two after that.
Oh, you got to see the newest one. They're adults now.
Wait, they turn into adults in it?
And Cartman's a rabbi.
Wait.
What?
Yeah.
They're still making South Park?
South Park
Oh,
is
yeah.
still
Still
on.
going?
They just signed a deal for a 14 movie deal with Paramount Plus. They're making 14 movies over the next 7 years.
Wait, there's a movies?
What the fuck?
I didn't realize
Well, the
those were
specials
movies.
are being considered
Oh,
made for TV
okay,
movies now because
that's
they're
fine.
like the newest one was an hour, but they're also still doing TV,
Yeah.
through Comedy Central and HBO Max. So they have two
And don't they have
major deals.
like a bunch of like game deals too coming out? Because they
had
had
a couple video games. I
because
played those.
They had Stick of Truth
What?
and The Fractured Butthole.
Okay,
my
so you
God.
really like South Park.
Who, me?
Yeah,
No, I'm aware of what's going on.
you're very aware.
I'm just
me
very aware of what's going
I
on.
could do a whole episode of South Park. That would
I know nothing of
I
South
would
Park.
binge watch South Park to talk about it on the podcast.
please
with you.
do. I would love to.
We could do that one day. That'd be
But
kind of
the
fun.
newest special I thought was so funny.
I'll have to
was
check it
really
out.
Good. It was.
I've
really
been meaning
good.
to watch them. I just haven't had time.
Yeah,
But
they're good.
pandemic special, like you don't have to watch South Park to get it.
I'll watch the
It's
pandemic special. I'll like
it's
go out of my
so
way.
That's the
funny.
thing about South Park that I think is so good, and I'll end it right here, is the way that it's never gonna end because they just stay so up to date. And since
Yeah.
they make the episodes once a week, and they're making them
That week,
across the
right?
week, it fits what's going on in the real world, and they kind of stick the characters into the situation.
Oh
Yeah.
wait, that's actually they do it like real time.
Yeah.
Real time.
Oh
my
once a
gosh.
week.
If they're doing like an episode this week, let's say, and something major happens tomorrow,
It'll be mentioned in the episode.
really.
Like,
During the
That's actually quite impressive.
no, you give the example.
I was
'cause
gonna
can't
say
think of one.
during the 2016 election, they thought that Hillary was gonna win, and so they had it written in the special, like as if Hillary won. And then once they realized that she didn't win, I think they had like a day turnaround. It was like it was like a day or two
She has to like redo that.
Yeah.
to like adjust how the episode was gonna go.
Oh my god, that's
Oh wait,
actually
no,
impressive.
I think they rewrote the whole episode in a day. I might be wrong.
They might have.
It was something like really impressive.
They do
So,
a lot of. There was a. You should watch it. They did a. You've definitely seen this about the whole week to making an episode, how it works. They did a whole 40-minute special on Comedy Central about how it works. It was
I haven't
pretty
seen it,
interesting.
no.
That's
about
actually
their whole
impressive. I actually
process.
respect the producers of South Park.
guys. Those
Yeah,
two guys are
more
really
now.
That's
funny.
cool.
It's two guys.
Yeah, Matt Stone, and Trey Parker, two friends from college.
Isn't that wild too?
That could be one of you and your friends.
Could you imagine? Like
No.
like
But
like what if
The
like
next South
like,
Park.
like we came out after this like doing like a real podcast?
that'd be sick.
Because this is a fake podcast.
No, I mean no, no, it's a real podcast.
We should send this out.
It was
to
different between
people.
real and real podcast.
Yeah.
Fair.
Anyways,
It's your
I'm
turn,
gonna
right?
make the This is gonna be the hottest hot take.
Okay.
Not a fan of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
No, I'm with you on that one actually.
Tread lightly, both of you guys.
Uh,
I'm just saying.
to just put it pretty simply, I prefer a plot.
Whoa!
Oh
Whoa!
my
Whoa!
God.
Whoa! 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 Sorry, I'm so sorry. That was so loud. No, wait. That was so.
That was
uncalled
I
for.
wrote. Not a
That's
fan of
so-
MCU. I prefer a plot.
How many MCU
Love.
films have you even seen, Joe?
Under 5.
Okay, you haven't. You obviously have not seen the right ones because
No, I fell asleep during Endgame. I was asleep for
Oh my God.
45 minutes.
Endgame
I've
was-
talked about this.
Endgame was unnecessarily long.
Have you seen any of the other ones?
Which I've seen a few.
The fact that
Marvel.
Endgame
You
was
wouldn't-
longer than
you
The
would- you wouldn't
Godfather
get it
is a
then.
problem.
You wouldn't get it.
But why is the
Here's the thing,
Endgame
that's like saying
pushing the lengths of The Godfather?
because
Why is it so long?
Because it
That is
needed
true.
to do it. Like here's the thing. I'm like against long movies. I have like a terrible bladder. I need to I need to like go the
Yeah.
moment that the credits roll. But like that movie, like as someone who's been watching the film since they like started coming out in 2008, like they don't like waste like a second in
I
it.
just-
I just feel like they wasted a
like-
whole 3 hours.
like everything is like either like relevant plot information or like a really like solid
Well, I just think
callback.
it's taking away from. Yeah, I'm just gonna stop.
Okay, hold on. Okay, let me also.
I'm just not a
hold
fan.
on. Let me also go back. I'm gonna defend. If you're gonna call it the MCU,
You can
I'm
defend.
gonna the
I've
MCU.
made my piece.
I think-
I want to hear what you have to say.
First off, I feel like it's really hard to get into them.
Yes.
Like if you
Yes.
if you start at a random spot
Where
because
should you start?
it's like you should start with Iron Man. And do them all in release order. Because it's like watching like Game of Thrones and like hopping into the Red Wedding and you're like, I don't get it. I don't understand why this is important. It's
Actually, I feel like the Red Wedding would be like a great episode. Like if you were to start at any random point.
I mean, but you'd be really confused about like why
You would,
everything
you
was
would, you would, you
happening, right?
Yeah.
And so I feel like that's the same thing with Avengers. Like I think what Marvel does a really good job with are their characters. I will say that like, you know, their villains are kind of awful. Like, you know, the beat to beat plot points are like, you know, kind of formulaic, like pretty simple, not like all that like difficult to understand or anything like that. But they do a really good job of developing the characters and making them change over the course of the series. Like Iron Man and Captain America, they don't like in each film they have like miniature character arcs, but they don't fully finish their development and like their true story until Endgame. So that's like 10 years, 11 years for Robert Downey Jr. of developing this character and like having all those moments like lead to this like big climactic moment like that defines his character.
I see what you mean.
I could write a whole essay about this.
You know what?
I'm like,
Show me the essay.
I see what
I
you mean.
literally could write an
But
essay
it's
about
like
it.
it's like I don't know. I feel like a lot of it is just they made this timeline and then once it's done, they like, oh, and did you see that they're filling in the gaps? You know what I mean?
No, I don't think so.
You
I think
don't?
no. I mean, like again, like I'm like on the inside. Like I know like what's going on.
Okay, fair.
I think they're like so like.
Did you know
well
that
planned.
a kid at our school is on a podcast about the MCU?
What do you mean?
He's on MCU Direct. He's a host of that.
Is that like a Marvel affiliated podcast?
Yeah, Liam Crowley.
That's a thing.
Yeah, he has like 20,000
Can I apply?
followers. I don't think it's through the school. I think he just somehow has a podcast. Look up MCU Direct.
Oh, he made the podcast.
I think so, but
Oh,
it has 20,000 followers.
Oh, that's sick. I thought you were saying that it was like a Marvel affiliated, like as in.
I don't know
like-
if
as
it's
in,
Marvel
like Marvel
affiliated, but I
Studios
know
was
he
doing it.
goes to Marvel affiliated events.
Oh, that's sick.
Stuff like
Fun.
that.
That's really cool.
Wait, I have a question about Endgame.
Yeah, I can answer any question you have about Endgame. That's
Okay.
actually not true, but
Could it not have been 3 hours shorter if Captain Marvel had just
Great question.
done it all? Because she just flew in and was like fuck, and solved the problem.
Pew pew pew.
well, I mean, okay, so this is very complicated, and this is gonna get into some like really like nerdy territory.
Mm.
But when Captain Marvel like shows up on the scene, like the whole reason why she hadn't been there the entire time was because she was defending the rest of the universe. You know what I mean? She has other things to do that like aren't Earth, and Earth has the Avengers, and so she's like, well, I'm not needed. I'm gonna do my own thing. So whenever she gets called by Nick Fury, then she's like, okay, now it's go time.
Okay.
Right? And so she's not at all keyed into like what's going on.
So she's not an Avenger.
No, so also like the determination of who is and who isn't Avenger is really complicated because like some people are like formally named Avengers, whereas like some of them we kind of just like accept our Avengers. Because even like a lot of the movies, like characters aren't called by their superhero name like ever. Like I don't think anyone has ever said Captain
Iron
Marvel.
Man.
No, I mean the last line of Iron Man is I am Iron Man.
That's
like
the last thing he says before he dies.
that's
But like,
his-
if say,
well, actually, I mean it's the. How nerdy do you want me to get with you?
well, my other question. I'm just
Okay.
thinking about this now.
I feel like I'm gonna step away from the conversation before it gets like too intense.
Another question I have about the MCU, and I'll leave it at this, wasn't Iron Man around during World War II? How is he still
No.
alive?
No, that's Captain,
Captain
America.
America.
I mean, Captain America.
he was frozen.
He
like,
was frozen.
Yeah, he was like because he
like
goes,
that's just a plot
'cause he
trap.
sacrifices
I feel like
himself.
they're just stealing the plot from Futurama.
I mean that's what happened in the comics. If anything, Futurama is stealing the plot from Marvel.
Okay.
No, Futurama is so good.
All right, let's move on. We're running out of time.
We are running out of time,
and y'all gonna get me too heated about Marvel discussion.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
What do we want to do? One more each?
Yeah, we can do one more each.
All right,
Hold on.
sounds good. Pick your most hot take.
All right. I mean, I've shared this one on the podcast before. Should I share it again, or should I move on to a different one?
I mean, share it.
Share it, but then...
The one is that I despise Tarantino movies.
Okay, let's move on.
Okay, moving on.
Because that...
What?
That's kind of interesting. I want to hear the other one, too.
The other one? I mean, I have a couple more.
Just share them all, and then whichever one causes us the most discussion, we will...
Oh, okay. So I have...
that's good, actually.
So I have this one note that's called Songs and Movies and Intertextuality.
It's a big word.
Essentially, like how songs are used in films and how your associated meaning to them in other films and other media affects how you interpret that one song.
Yes.
Does that make any sense?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I
Give an example.
so for Logan, the trailers use
my
this. No, I'm
right back into Marvel.
No, I'm just gonna. Well, this is different. That's a whole other.
Wait,
complicated
Logan
con-
is
that's a whole
Logan
other
is X-Men.
Yeah,
That's DC, no?
It is. No, that's Marvel.
Really?
But but they used to be owned by
Oops.
Fox. And
Oops.
so it wasn't a part of the MCU, but now Disney has the rights to those characters. Anyway,
Okay.
moving on. There's a song that's used in the trailers. I don't know what it's called, but it's like kind of like like a rocky, like kind of a bop, right?
Yeah.
It fits the style of that movie very very much. It's like grounded, like Western kind of like vibes.
Uh-huh.
One of my other favorite TV shows is This Is Us. And in the season finale for the show, it's like a family drama, right?
Uh-huh.
Like not like people stabbing each other,
Yeah.
and like superheroes, right? They use that song
Mm.
And
As-
it just doesn't fit.
as like their big like, oh my gosh, here's like the big reveal for the end of the season. Like tune in like next year or next season. And it like because of my association to Logan, like I couldn't help but like imagine like Wolverine like chopping up people.
Whoa.
in
I
that.
can
Okay.
say I agree. There's a couple
Yeah.
songs that I can say that I associate with one thing and one thing only. For me, the big one has to be The Sopranos
Mhm.
ending with "Don't Stop Believin'."
Oh, is that
at
how
the end.
the show ends?
actually really
And there's a
funny.
whole thing about how the lead singer of Journey at first didn't want that to be the song because
Yeah.
he was worried about like.
It would
Association.
become like Sopranos song.
Yeah,
instead of their
well,
song.
it was more that he didn't want his song being used as someone getting shot up. Like that was
Yeah.
a big thing, and not
Yeah,
gonna spoil the ending, but that's
I
not what
feel like you-
happens.
Oh.
But it's so iconic and it fits so perfectly
Yeah.
that I don't think I've heard it in another movie since 2007.
Oh
Although
wow.
I've not been alive long enough, or prior to that, to like
Yeah.
analyze, or I was not watching films when I was 5 years old when that came out. But I'm thinking about it. I've never seen a movie made past 2007 that's used that song in it.
Yeah, I mean it is probably because of that. I was actually just watching. Oh, Cata, do you have something you want to say?
Yes, you're wrong. It was used in Glee. It's how I associate that song.
All right,
Stop.
hot
That's
take.
what I
I
tried
watched
to
the whole thing about
think
Glee,
about.
how that's the most problematic and outdated show of all time.
Oh, I've heard there were really bad things about Glee.
Like the
Yeah.
first episode, I watched this video essay on YouTube about,
Yeah.
from this guy, and he was talking about how the lead character uses some guy's like, what happens? The old music teacher gets fired in the first episode for being a creep, but the girl only reported the fact that he was being a creep just so she could get the lead part in a musical.
Really?
Yeah, it was a whole thing.
How did you've seen Glee? Shouldn't you know this?
I've seen Glee, but like I've never watched Glee. You know what I mean? Like
But
I've
you've
I've,
seen
Yeah, no, I know exactly what
yeah,
you mean.
I've stared at
but-
I've stared at a TV screen that's playing Glee, and I appreciate the songs there, but I don't know the plot line. If you ask me anything about Glee, I probably will not be
like
able to tell
another
you.
movie where I think it fits perfectly is like, This Is the End. Have you ever seen? You've definitely never seen This Is the End.
Oh no, is that one?
It's
of
a
the,
Seth
another
Rogen.
Okay, I
It's
got
Seth
you. Yeah, no, I
Rogen,
haven't
Jonah
known that.
Hill. It's
I've
their
heard-
whole.
I've
the
heard of
whole
it.
Like,
plot
that's
point
on my to
of,
watch list.
of that movie is all of them playing themselves, and then the world's ending.
Yeah.
And
Is that the
whole-
one where Brad Pitt plays like the what's it called? The like sex person?
No. They're
Right,
all
uh,
themselves. They
no.
all are
that-
themselves.
You know what I'm
Is that-
talking about?
There's a new movie that's gonna come out called Don't Look Up, and it's
Oh,
like
that's not-
the
oh,
cast is like
that-
stacked.
That
I
one
saw
that
that.
one's stacked.
That looks
That's
sick.
not what I was talking. No, there's like
This Is the End is basically like they're all themselves. It's like Jonah Hill is casted as Jonah. They're all playing
That's actually
themselves,
so
and the
funny.
world just ends. They're just playing very
Is Emma Watson in that movie?
yes.
So this is the one I'm talking about because Emma Watson and whatever actor I'm thinking about have like this like weird scene together that like Emma Watson like walked out on.
Michael
or something.
Cera.
Oh,
No, I don't think it's that one.
Michael Cera
Um,
plays like a coked up version of himself.
That's not even what I'm thinking.
I know exactly what you're talking about because I heard it on an interview that Emma
Yeah.
Watson like walked out on the scene because it was too weird.
Yeah.
And then another actor like went on like the scene
Let me
changed
look this
because
up.
he went on another
Emma
place.
Watson.
And
this is the
it
end.
wasn't even like it's just because apparently like it wasn't on the script,
Yeah.
and then they changed it up on her, and she was like, I don't feel comfortable with this. But apparently it was like all fine. Like she was like no. And
Oh, yeah,
then,
no,
and
it
then
didn't
they
seem
were
like a
like
big deal.
they were like
But-
no, okay, you don't have to. And then they put to like I know what you're talking about.
I think it was misunderstood. Yeah, I'm looking at the article right now.
But yeah, for the thing I was talking about, there's a really good like YouTube video I was watching actually earlier today that was like related to it. It's by Sideways.
Uh-huh.
It's called like how like movie trailers trick you or something along
Yeah.
those lines.
Yes.
It's really cool, really interesting. I highly recommend Sideways. He talks about a lot of music and film.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, that was my hot take.
But in
I
that
see
movie,
what
they use the song "Everybody Backstreet's Back." All right,
Yeah.
and they have the
Oh.
Backstreet Boys come in and start
really?
dancing in heaven when they all make it to heaven. And
That's funny.
I don't think I could ever see that in another movie. I just wouldn't.
Without thinking
That's
about
funny.
that
Without
scene.
thinking about the Backstreet Boys,
Yeah,
and
I-
Jonah Hill, Seth Rogen, all of them dancing.
Yeah, I also feel like Everybody is going to be a pretty hard song to like slot into your movie.
Everybody.
Like it like has a very specific mood to it. The mood that I get is like ending to a children's animated film where they have like a big dance number at the end,
Yeah, no, that's what it
Fair.
felt like.
like Shrek kind of vibes.
Love Shrek. Oh, Shrek is a all of Shrek's soundtrack I associate with Shrek. If I hear it in another
Oh,
movie, I'm
yeah.
gonna be like, no.
Like imagine
Like
hearing
all of
All
it.
Star in another movie.
Yeah,
Never.
that's
Wait,
like a Shrek song.
was All
Hey
Star
now.
was
Hey
All Star
now.
a thing before?
Yeah,
Shrek?
it was
I
a
think
song before
so.
Shrek.
And they just put
yeah, and
Or
they
like
use it
I'm
on
a
I thought-
Believer, Accidentally in Love, all those
all
songs.
those songs were songs before Shrek.
I thought the Smash Mouth songs were songs that were made for the movie.
They might have been,
Oh,
but
wait.
still, imagine if you heard that. In
I have no
another
idea.
movie.
I was just that was just what I assumed.
I thought they were made before, but I
They might have been. Very very much. I know nothing.
Shrek. Soundtrack
We love it. We love a good pregnant pause on a
made
podcast.
for Shrek. What's
Ham just nodded his head.
Wait, what's your next hot take?
My last hot take. I
Yeah.
have two left. I'll just
Okay.
read both. The first one's not really much up for discussion, but
Yeah.
it's just that I'm not a fan of live action remakes, something else we've talked about
Yeah.
on the podcast. And Netflix is the worst streaming service by far.
Whoa.
No.
Really?
No.
Yep.
No.
Yep.
Wait, why do you hate Netflix?
I like Netflix. I just think comparatively to Hulu and HBO Max and now Paramount Plus, it is the least fulfilling.
Is it
Wait,
is,
where
is,
else
is it
can
like
you
in,
watch
in
the
like, in like,
kissing
in like what
booth?
it offers?
Just what it offers, I'm not a fan of.
Where else
yes.
can you watch the
Interesting.
kissing booth?
Well, maybe I don't want to watch the kissing booth.
Who does? Have you watched the kissing booth?
No, I don't plan on it either.
The first kissing booth is a masterpiece.
Yeah, and they only get better.
Yeah.
I thought, isn't it the opposite? Aren't they terrible?
No, they're actually like really good movies.
They're
Like
yeah.
like generally really good movies.
I feel like you're being sarcastic.
Sorry, you stared at me for too long. I couldn't keep it up.
You
Yeah.
know what's bringing me to my first point? It's a great hate watch. You know.
Isn't that the one that got a really bad review? Like the first one wasn't terrible, but
No, the first one's awful. Like
they're all awful.
I haven't seen the second or third one.
They're very fulfilling to watch, I must say. Like
they're-
after
but they're
you
not
watch it,
good
you're
movies.
like, I'm doing something right, you know?
You know, wait, what do you? How so?
Because they're so down bad to make that movie
Oh, okay. That's
that you're like, okay, I have not hit rock bottom.
okay. Got you. Because
yeah,
'cause
I'm looking at this.
every time that
the kissing booth, she's not even. Where's the kissing booth one? Is Joey King only in the second? Too?
No, she's on
no,
the
she's
first.
the first one.
She's the first one too.
Oh, the kissing
No.
booth, 2018.
Every
What's
time
the
that I watch
review?
a bad movie, it gives me a little bit of hope.
15% on Rotten Tomatoes. I know Rotten Tomatoes isn't the best thing to use, but a 15%, that's not a good sign.
Could be
No,
worse.
it's-
It could
Kissing
be worse.
Booth 3.
It could be worse. You're right. You're
That's
right.
Kissing
worse,
Booth
yeah.
3 bumped up reviews. They got a 25%.
Wow.
Wait, I don't think I've watched. I don't think I've watched the third one.
It just came out
Okay,
August
so
11th.
There are 3.
So what I've learned today is that we were watching Star Wars, Harry Potter, and Kissing Booth.
Yes.
Yeah, we got some movies to watch.
That's our.
Yes.
We got some movies to watch.
You
What
do.
is your hot take?
I don't have any more hot
Final
takes.
hot
You don't have
take.
any more hot takes, Kata.
I didn't come that prepared.
That's
Oh
why
my
you
God.
should have written them down.
I know.
We gave you a month to do
Fully
this.
a
Well, that's
month.
the problem. Is I had them ready like a month ago.
I wrote them down on my phone.
I didn't know this.
I
was
have
gonna-
more.
Let me think of a hot take. Oh, you know what? What actually annoys me is when like actors get old and they don't really know how to act anymore that well, but they
Oh.
keep being put in movies because of their names.
Give me an example.
Anything with like. Why did Alec Baldwin just like come to my mind?
Have I ever seen an Alec
I don't think I've seen
movie?
yet
You've never
many
seen it?
Alec Baldwin movies. I've seen 30 Rock.
What is something
I
else?
haven't even seen
bit of a
30
Like
touchy.
Rock.
anything with John Travolta nowadays.
I'll give you
I
that.
haven't seen any
That's
of
a
John
name.
Travolta in a
Well, he
long
was
time.
amazing in Pulp Fiction. Fun
Oh,
fact,
yeah, but that
Pulp
was like
Fiction saved his career. He was falling off.
how old was he on? He was already getting older on that.
He was
one.
getting older. He was in Grease, obviously. He was
Great
in
movie.
Wait, you like Grease?
I love Grease.
Grease
don't
is
like
so
Grease?
off. Grease is a terrible movie that is so problematic.
Well, it's
There's so
problematic.
many issues with Grease.
Oh yeah, I mean, tell me
problematic.
more.
I
Like, there's a lot of
hate-
problems in that song. Don't get me
Oh,
wrong,
I hate-
but
no, the entire movie is so like so misogynistic.
Oh.
like to its core. That
you
is.
can't tell me that
And the-
you don't bop to "We Go Together" like shabba laba laba laba.
Ka-dim-ba-dim-bum-dim-bum.
Yeah,
I don't even know.
whatever
I don't
it
know
goes.
what you guys just
Or, like,
said.
It's
but
like the last
Summer
song.
Lovin'.
oh my
They're
god!
great songs.
Don't get me started.
There's so many
on-
great songs
on
in that
Summer
movie.
11. The whole like idea that they had.
Trust
is,
me, there are
Grease
some
Lightning.
very
is
problematic
the woman
lines.
changes herself to fit what John Travolta wants, and they're like,
But
yeah,
then
that was
he
good.
loved,
The one
he
that I
loved her
want.
all along. The way that she was.
So what? So why does she have to change at the very end of the movie?
All right,
Because
Summer
it was made
Lovin'.
in like the 50s or something.
I feel like is the most problematic song in that movie when the guy says, "Did she put up a fight?" When
Yes.
he's
that
singing.
is.
Tell me more. Tell me more. Did you get far? Did she put up a fight?
That is problematic.
They like
Ah.
don't they like look up some girl's skirt like in the first like 5 minutes of it too?
I mean, probably yeah. They're greasers in the 50s. Let's remember where
Yeah.
we're at.
okay, but we're watching it now in 2021.
So what do you think of West
Side
It's still a bad
Story?
movie. Oh, I also hate West
Okay,
Side
West Side
Story.
Story, I think.
I cannot
You go.
stand
What
that
were you
movie.
saying?
No, I haven't watched West Side Story. But okay, this is actually a very reasonable question. Should you hold old movies to the like political correctness standards of nowadays?
No, they should be held to the standards of their time.
Like the
I
thing is,
think-
the idea is like, can you cancel a movie that was made in the 50s because it was like made with the mentality that people had in the 50s?
I don't think you could cancel it, but I think you need to make it with a preface of this was
Yeah.
what was considered appropriate and politically correct then. This is not considered politically correct now.
Yeah.
And
like
this
as a
is
preface,
why.
and this is
Yeah.
why. Like I feel like if it's being shown in a movie theater, if it's being watched in a class, teachers should say before we watch, there might be things that you may find offensive today, but back then this was not considered offensive.
No, most certainly. And I definitely think there's a lot to be gained by watching films that have aged
Poorly.
because
Well, it's like
you
all of
can
them.
learn from
because
that.
you can learn, from like a filmmaking perspective, you can learn from like a social perspective. I definitely think it's important. But those are reasons why I dislike watching the movie now as someone who's introduced to it like
Grease.
2
That
years
is-
like
yeah,
2
that is
years
true.
ago.
You only
when
saw
I wa-
Grease 2 years ago?
Yeah.
I saw Grease when I was a little kid.
No, I
I
watched
saw
it 2 years
Grease as
ago.
like a little kid.
Grease was like a classic to me. I remember seeing that when I was a little kid.
No.
I actually did a skit for my camp where I was Sandy and my boss, who was a woman, was
Whatever
what's his
John
name?
Travolta's
Danny,
Danny.
Sandy,
Danny
Sandy.
Zuko.
So I had to wear a wig and stuff and sing "You're the One That I Want."
What's
So, like,
your
I-
teacher?
Wait, is that right?
To
Do you
my
have a video
boss.
of that somewhere?
Probably.
Oh, your boss,
somewhere,
excuse
yeah.
me.
But that's to
Funny.
me. I don't know. I've always liked Grease. Now West Side Story, on the other hand, I think is just. My bigger problem with West Side Story, I'm sure it's very problematic, but the parts that I didn't like was the fact that what gangsters are snapping their fingers as they go to kill somebody. That's just not how it works.
I will say to you, go
I
ahead.
really want to watch West Side Story now because I have no idea what it's about even.
I will say to you that it's like a gang war under the guise of Romeo and Juliet.
It's a gang war, but they're snapping their fingers
Yeah.
throughout.
Okay,
it.
hold on.
Like-
But tell me if you were walking down the street and some man started like snapping at you,
Yeah.
you wouldn't be a little freaked out.
No,
I
I'd laugh at them and I'd be like, stop.
Nah, I'd be
No,
freaked out.
I would be freaked out, but not because I was intimidated. It was generally because I would think that that person is unhinged, and I'd
Literally,
be like, okay, I
that
need to
person
get
can
out
do
of here.
anything. I've heard that. I heard this on Reddit. So take it with like a dash and like a half of salt.
Yeah, a whole container.
Yeah, a whole container of salt. But what I heard, and I believe it, is the best strategy whenever you're being attacked by
That's
someone
crazy.
is to just be like
Weird.
wilder than they are.
Somebody said once that if someone ever wants to fight you, just like strip naked. And I was like, what the fuck?
Come on, bro.
Why would I?
Could you imagine me like,
Nobody
hold
wants to
on,
fight
like
a naked
give
person.
me a second for like undo my belt real quick.
But nobody wants to fight a naked person.
No,
right?
That's
that's
true.
fair. I mean,
That's why they always say if you're ever doing a speech, pretend everyone's naked. You ever heard that before?
No,
no,
it's like you're
I
less nervous.
have.
I don't think that works, though.
I've never tried it. I
Imagine
feel a little weird
sitting
doing
in a
it.
room and
I feel like-
looking and
yeah.
being like, yeah, they're all naked right now.
I feel like I'm invading someone else's like
Yeah,
privacy by trying to picture them naked.
yeah.
yeah.
It just feels very intrusive. I don't know.
Just
it's not
a li-
something that
I
I
mean,
try to practice.
I think it's a little bit more than a tad intrusive. I
Yeah,
think, I
it's
think it's a
very
lot. I
intrusive.
think it's a lot.
It is very
Yeah.
intrusive.
Like, could you imagine like someone coming up to you and being like, "Oh my gosh, like you do such a really good job on
Thanks, I thought
on
you
your, on your
naked.
presentation. Like, how'd you keep your cool?" And it was
I
like,
was just
"Oh,
picturing you
I
naked.
just saw you naked, dude." Like,
Yeah, and I was like,
It really helps.
oh my god.
Yeah, I feel like West Side Story is worse than Grease.
like problematic wise.
They made a new
I
one,
don't
though.
think
Not
so.
problematic wise, I just think
As a
critically
musical?
as a musical, I
Musical.
preferred Grease.
No.
Problematic wise, I think Grease is up there with Glee.
Yeah, no, I prefer West Side Story. I don't like West Side Story.
Have you watched the new one?
Has it come
It's
out
not,
yet?
I don't think it's out yet.
Oh,
I
I
can
think it comes out later this month.
wait to watch.
It looks
that.
really pretty though. I will give
Aesthetically
it that.
pleasing. It
yeah.
looks good. It's just not a movie I'd be really interested
with
in seeing.
Lin-Manuel
And the-
Miranda.
Lin
Is he
isn't
in
in it. No.
Did he write it?
He did
No.
something with it.
He did
no,
what?
who
Yeah.
did it?
What?
Who did something? with it?
Sondheim wrote it, right?
Oh,
I
didn't he
thought,
die like
I
a day
thought
ago or two?
Spielberg's.
Yes, Spielberg directing it.
No, Lin-Manuel Miranda has something
Tick Tick Boom. He
to
just
do.
released.
Oh, that's a great movie.
I
I
haven't seen
just
it
watched
yet.
it. No, I just watched it. It's really
Lin
good. It's
also-
about the guy who wrote
Lynn
Rent.
did
Yeah.
In the Heights, right?
Yes.
I didn't see that.
Oh, I think it's it's a lot of fun. I like it a lot.
It seemed like a good movie.
No, and the music. A lot of the music was in my like Spotify.
Is that the song
like,
that
top
has like
100.
the TikTok songs like "We gotta go, we gotta go, we gotta go"?
No,
Is that
that's
from-
I think that's in. Oh, what is that? Oh, that's like the Netflix one where he like plays like a monkey.
What?
He's
What?
like Lynn is like a dancing monkey.
Oh, running out of time.
Yeah, whatever that.
What?
I don't know what it's called.
You
but-
never heard that TikTok
and
song?
then-
It's like
No.
sound. It's like "We gotta go, we gotta go, we gotta go."
and then he also wrote music for Encanto,
Ooh,
which just
Oh,
came
the new
out.
Disney movie?
Yeah, I want to watch it. I haven't gotten to it yet.
I haven't watched it either, but sorry. Oh, I mean, Disney does not get it wrong anymore.
What?
Like Disney does not get it wrong anymore.
Oh,
Like, all of their movies
yeah.
are just like
no, everything is like
it's just like hits you in the hearts.
besides I mean, all the animated ones at least, like
I mean, yeah, I don't consider like when I say Disney, I just consider like
just
Animated
animation.
movies.
Yeah,
I don't know what do they do like in live anymore.
they do. Okay, well, Marvel.
Okay, but like, those are like separate,
Then
right?
then they have all like their live action movies, like the remakes, like with Mulan and whatnot. I mean,
Oh.
like their Star Wars too. I mean, there are very few like live action Disney movies that are marketed as Disney,
movies, right? Yeah.
Sorry, this is a whole tangent. This is
this whole episode has just been a tangent.
It really. I'm hoping that it's more interesting this way, though.
I think it was a pretty good episode.
It feels a bit unfiltered. Did this? Wait, so Cata, are you
Okay.
are you an active listener to the podcast?
I am actually.
Have you listened to every single episode that's been out so far?
I've not listened to the last one that you guys came
Okay.
out with.
That's only episode
um,
3, and that came out like
I
2 days ago.
personally
Yeah.
don't listen to the episode.
I also don't listen to that.
I
I
and it's
don't
no,
okay.
I
put them on
can't
the
sit there and
background.
listen to it.
Okay, I do not really like listening to podcasts, but I hurt my foot so I couldn't run. Like I
Mhm.
run a few days a week,
Yeah.
and I hurt my foot and I couldn't run, so I started like biking instead, like indoor biking. And I listened to the podcast while I biked, and I listened to the 2 podcasts like half and half. So I
Yeah.
listened to it 4 times.
Yeah.
And honestly, it was like really good. I was like biking, and I was like, oh my god, yeah.
Yeah,
Aw,
thank you.
thank you.
I just
Yeah.
personally, I'm kind of like Adam Driver. I can't listen to stuff I do.
Oh, is that
Oh.
is that his?
Adam
his
Driver
thing?
refuses to go into any premieres.
Interesting.
Like,
Yeah,
the
or
whole
like
thing,
yeah,
he
or like
won't.
he'll like go to premieres, but then as soon as the movie starts, he
He dips.
dips. Yeah,
Interesting. I love Adam Driver.
like he'll go
I
for
just
the
I
picture.
just
Um,
can't
I love Adam Driver.
watch myself listen to like I've been in stuff before.
Yeah.
I was in a reality show.
Ooh,
Yeah.
what? What reality
Bestie
show?
Picks Bay. I was in an episode
Bestie Picks Bay.
It's on YouTube. It's like 500,000
Shut the fuck
views.
No way.
Wait,
Yeah,
wait.
I was in the prom one.
This isn't a
No
cut
way.
video, is it?
No, not cut, but
okay.
it's like a cut video.
It sounds like okay.
It's
Bestie
it's
Picks
by
Bay.
Bestie Picks
prom.
Bay.
Is it? I let my best friend pick my prom
Wait.
dates.
yes, that was.
Wait,
in that.
I think I've seen this video.
No, I'm in that. Yeah. But like to this day, I've seen it because people watch it in front of me, but I will never sit there and watch it on my own.
That's so
Be
funny.
freaked out.
No, I wouldn't. See, here's the thing. I did a podcast with a good buddy of mine back home, and I would watch them so I can edit through them.
Yeah.
But now that people are editing for us here, I'm like, I'm never gonna watch these.
Oh,
episodes.
I don't
I'm
look. I don't
never
ever take a
going.
look to make sure it looks good. I'm just like.
Oh, neither do I.
I just trust their
really,
judgment.
I really should be like quality checking them, but I don't.
Well, we're outsourcing next semester.
We are. I mean, it's still from probably the same people. Oh yeah,
We're
a whole
we're
team.
upgrading. Yeah, we're gonna have a 4-person team next
What?
semester.
It's coming up. Yeah.
Well, it's just 2 plus 2, but
Okay,
it sounds cooler
Still.
when
Yeah.
we promote it as a 4-person team
That is
No.
cool.
with a third co-host.
And like we might like hire someone to be an editor too for us as well.
Oh, that'd be so nice.
I feel like if we got a full-time editor, that'd be kind of a sick gig, and someone would do it for
So,
sure.
I mean, literally all you would have to do is like sit and listen to us talk for 50 minutes.
Yeah, so if you're watching right now and you're any interest in editing, and if you made it all the way to the end,
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
autonomous.
if
Oh
you
my-
make it to the end and you reply to this, you can be the editor.
Oh,
That's
Yeah.
most definitely.
yeah,
That's
that's I
actually a
think that's the
great-
Yeah.
rule. If you listen to the entire podcast and you heard this part as we wrap up here today,
If you listen to this, to this point and you want to be the editor, send a little dragon emoji to the autonomous Instagram.
autonomous
DM.
underscore.
Autonomous
Wait,
underscore.
that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
This won't come out for like 3 months though.
That's okay.
Knowing our track record.
Yeah.
No, that's not true. Hopefully
It'll come out,
relatively
but-
like, soon after we finish.
Please. Red dragon emoji.
Red Dragon emoji.
Yeah.
And that is to autonomousproductions@gmail.com. That is the place where you can reach us to ask about sets that are coming up, how you can get involved, for podcast stuff now too. Our Instagram is autonomous underscore. What else do we have to plug? Do I have to plug anything else? Is that it?
Keyboard positions are open.
Keyboard positions are open, and
I'm retiring after a long year and a half as autonomous.
I know the president
That's
position is
design.
not open, right?
No,
No, I was
am
taking
Tim.
that.
Is there
It's-
a
Yeah, so it's the writer,
co-presidents?
a what?
So it's just president.
Just president. No.
No,
I is gonna
no.
be president.
So it's social media,
Yes.
writing, and then the business, whatever India is, like the finance business.
Oh, the finance. Yeah.
How'd the screening go last week?
It went. It
We
happened.
could talk off air.
Yeah.
Um,
Anyway,
Thank
thank
you.
And we are looking for at least one person for the podcast.
Oh,
We
yeah.
just need
Dude,
a
okay.
singular editor too.
Oh, never mind.
Alright.
Okay. Bye.
Thank you so much for
Peace.
tuning in, everyone. And hope you tune in next time we
Yes.
drop an episode.
Bye-bye.
Bye.